tutorial on getting started in Flash and how to draw along with some shading techniques. So first thing you're going to do is just get your Flash open, and I'm going to make this easy for you. I'm going to import an image to the library, and I've got a picture of Judge Dredd here. So where are we? So we've got him in the library here, and all I'm going to do is just pull him onto the stage, and I'm just going to select him and just increase the size of him so we can get a good drawing. So there we go. That's looking good there. Now I want to change the opacity of him, so the way that I'm going to do that is just going to click modify and convert him to a symbol, and then I've got the option to change him to a graphic, so I'm going to just select that, click OK, and what that will allow you now to do is when you click on Dredd, you have the option to come over here to color graphic, and you can change that to alpha, and then change your opacity with the alpha bar there. So I'm just going to leave it about that, and then the next thing I'm going to do is just lock that layer down so that I can't move it or it can't be edited, and just click on new layer here. And the next thing I'm going to do is just zoom into the area. I'm just going to be doing his helmet and his head, and just showing you how to do that. So I'm going to choose the brush tool, and just click here for the brush tool, and then I'm going to choose my fill color as black and just swap them around by using this button here, and that gets me my black brush color. Now the other thing you can do as well is you can go to brush size down here and change your brush size, and also change your brush shape, as well as you've got another option as well for your brushes. You can use brush mode and use this to sort of paint differently and draw with the brush. So there's some quite good selections there, and I'll go through them in another tutorial. But today we're just going to do this pretty basic. So I've got my tablet, let's just get it activated, and I'm just going to go around quickly and sort of use the picture that I've got underneath as a nice outline. So I'm getting a bit screen lag with the recorder, so this is coming out a bit differently from when I've done it previously. So I'll just quickly go around and do this all the way around. Okay, so here we've got our pretty basic outline of a Judge Dredd head. Now, one of the most important things that you'll have to notice is when you come to colour in your areas, if you're going to use the paint bucket tool. So if I'm wanting to colour in the head, part of the mask red, I'm going to click that, and there we go, it fills that in. Now if I try it again see in a dark blue. If I try again on this side of the helmet, you'll see what happens. It doesn't seem to work. Let's try it on this side. That side works okay, but we get a problem with colouring in some of the areas that we don't want. So I'll show you how to fix that and what happens. What's actually happening is the reason that it's not filling in on the left hand side is because there's a break which is here. So we're going to just take the pen or the paintbrush tool again and just fix that break. And then you can just make sure as well that there's no other breaks going around. So that looks okay there. Now here's where our other break is, that's colouring in all the other areas. So let's zoom back out now. And if we come over to our paint bucket tool, and again let's try colouring in this time. So there we go, it's working now. I've just noticed there's another point down there. So I'm just changing back to my brush tool and just filling in that area there that I've noticed. So again, come back to the paint bucket tool and away we go. So I'm just going to fill in these other areas as well quite quickly, because we just want to get on to some shading now as well. So again, just coming over here, choosing the black option. See, that one's got a gap. There, we've got a nice gap somewhere there. Sometimes it's not easy to see the gaps. Like for example, this one's going to be quite a small one, so let's zoom in and it must be here. Yeah, there we go. That's a tiny gap. So let's change back to the paint bucket. So now that I've got everything coloured in, I can start to add a little bit of shading. So the way that you do that is you just come up to your pencil tool, just select, doesn't really matter what colour it is for your pencil tool, but pick a colour and then go over the areas where you're going to be adding some shading. So for example, I want this area up here, and you can just score it over. It doesn't make that much of a difference. I'm going to just add a little bit of shading there, and then some down the side of the helmet there, and as well just a little bit down the side of the face. You've got to try and get a real curve with the pencil, or it goes straight. And then as well just a little under the visor. There we go, that'll do. So all you're going to do now is just pick a darker or a lighter colour depending on how you want to do your shading. So for example, let's look at the blue section of the helmet that I've done. If I change it to the paint bucket tool and I just click in there, that changes the colour there. Let's just take a deeper red for that part there, and then a darker yellow. As you can see, that intersects quite nicely as well. And then finally let's take a dark purpley for the shadow underneath the visor. So we're still left with the lines here, and the way that you remove those is you come up to your selection tool, click on that, and then just select over the areas, or just select everything, and then all you need to do is come over to your pencil tool here and click on the stroke colour and change it to this box with the red line through it. And as you can see, once you've done that, that just removes all the pencil lines and gives you a nice clean finish.